Up next on BG24 News.
Breaking news tonight, President Obama will announce big changes regarding the war in Afghanistan. Find out what his plans are.
And Bowling Green State University is reevaluating their campus safety procedures. Find out what changes the university is considering.
The results are in for state funding for higher education. Find out where BGSU ranks among other universities in Ohio.
Plus, a look at your Black Swamp weather forecast and BG24 Sports. Welcome to your campus and community connection.
Wood County's live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Lucas Stahl.
And I'm Megan Gallagher. Our top story tonight. In breaking news, President Barack Obama will announce tonight that he is bringing home troops from Afghanistan. Obama plans to bring 34,000 troops back to the United States by January. The plan gives military forces the flexibility to slow down the war in Afghanistan. We'll have information on President Obama's plan and on his State of the Union speech Thursday night on BG24 News.
Bowling Green State University received a big hit in funding from the state. The new state funding formula no longer pays by the number of students enrolled. Instead, funding is based on how many students are graduating. BGSU's funding was cut by approximately $3 million for 2014. That's more than any other institution in the state. 5 universities, 7 branch campuses, and 5 community colleges are expected to receive funding cuts. BGSU officials currently are unsure of how cuts will affect the university.
The city of Bowling Green will host its 5th annual Winterfest this weekend. The event will begin this Friday and last until Sunday afternoon. The chili cook-off and fire and ice events are back by popular demand. The fire and ice features glass blowers from Bowling Green State University and surrounding areas. The fire and ice event will take place from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. on Friday at Clazel Entertainment on Main Street.
Campus police are evaluating what emergency technique will be best for BGSU instead of the rarely used blue emergency lights. Reporter Aisha Mitchell has the story.
BGSU campus police are evaluating whether this campus community needs these emergency blue lights or something new to keep the community safe. Officer Mike Campbell explained how students rarely use the blue lights for actual emergencies. So the university, along with campus police, are currently looking for something that is more convenient for students.
We're looking at possibly some places use outdoor speaker systems. So it's a more immediate interaction as far as we could get onto an outdoor speaker system and give that message opposed to waiting to a text. Some of the newer buildings are equipped with PA systems. That's always a possibility to try and equip buildings with internal PA systems. So all these are possibilities.
The university may have its doubts about the emergency blue lights, but some students believe that they are definitely needed.
Because if you're walking alone at night, I think it's like a good thing to have in case you need it.
I don't think they should be taken away because for somebody, like, let's say your phone dies and an emergency happens to pop up, I mean, they're good just in case.
BGSU police are still in the process of determining what emergency technique will be best for campus safety, but they do suggest using resources such as the escort services.
We also have the campus escort service, which is a good tool that works 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. every day. So if anyone feels unsafe walking from one campus location to the next, they can call the campus safety service. They can go out there and they can walk them to that location. And now they have direct access to the police department as well if there is a problem.
Students can also opt into the BGSU text alert system, which allows them to receive text messages directly about campus emergencies. For BG24 News, I'm Aisha Mitchell.
You can opt in to Alert BG by logging into My BGSU, and the Alert BG tab will be at the top of your screen.
A Bowling Green police officer was injured on Sunday. Officer Jessica McClure-Weiss broke her ankle while assisting a patrol officer making an arrest on 6th Street. The suspect got loose with McClure and another officer giving chase. After the officer took down the suspect, McClure-Weiss was transported by EMS to the local hospital. While there, it was determined that she had a crack and tear in her left ankle and would require surgery. Also, the suspect received a broken arm during the chase and was transported to St. Vincent Mercy Hospital in Toledo.
The Wood County Justice Center is facing a major problem. The jail has seen a spike in inmates and is becoming overcrowded. Reporter Danielle Griffith tells us how the Justice Center is dealing with the issue.
Overcrowding here at the Wood County Justice Center has been a problem for many years, but there may be a new solution in the near future. Ohio House Bill 86 was created to address overcrowding in state prisons.
Wood County has grown a lot over the last 20 years, which is the age of our current facility.
When this was taken into effect in September 2011, those convicted of 4th and 5th degree felonies would not go to prison. Instead, they would be sent to local jails. When the facility runs out of room to house inmates, the county ships them to surrounding county jails, which then cost taxpayers money. If other jails are full, inmates sleep on cots or even on the floor. They will not release them because of the overcrowding.
There have been times over a very short period of time, like maybe on a weekend, where we've gotten up into the 160, 170 range of inmates, and we do have, we call them boats, they're plastic beds.
In spring of 2012, a $5 million expansion was proposed when the capacity was at 149.
We're taking a current building that's attached to the jail, and we're going to convert it into a 60-bed minimum housing unit with the ability to add an additional 36 beds on top of that, which ultimately will be 96 beds as the county grows.
The Wood County Commissioners voted last week to expand the jail, which was built in 1989. This new expansion would allow space for 60 low-security inmates and would keep the overcrowding to a minimum. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Danielle Griffith.
And now Heather Pollack joins us with the preview of your Black Swamp weather. Heather?
Thanks, Lucas. So it has definitely been cold and windy the past few days, and we've definitely seen a lot of clouds in the sky. But if you stay tuned, I'll let you know if it's going to warm up and if the sun's actually going to come out and kind of brighten up our weekend as well as our Valentine's Day.
Coming up next.
Gun control is a hot issue surrounding the United States. Find out how area residents are reacting to President Obama's gun control proposals.
The United States Postal Service is making a big change to their delivery schedules. Stay with us.
The number of shootings in the past couple months have caused people to question the safety of guns. President Barack Obama's gun proposals are still awaiting congressional approval. The acceptance or rejection of these laws will affect many Americans. As reporter Parminder Bunga found out, the reactions to these proposals are mixed.
It's a sound we're all used to. But restricting the use of guns has caused rage on both sides.
We have all these gun laws out there. It doesn't stop the guy that wants to commit the crime.
President Barack Obama has urged Congress to set stricter background checks while banning military-style assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Those guns have no business being in an open market in the public domain.
Obama's proposals are the main reason Deputy Isaiah Lohr shares the number of people applying for concealed carry applications has skyrocketed.
What they're doing is they're going out, they're getting their guns and their ammo because of the possibility of them being taken away or limited.
The possibility of having guns limited is a good thing for some.
The bullet ricocheted off the ground and went straight up into his lung, and within 30 seconds this boy bled out in front of all of these kids.
Wagner remembers when her dad shot and killed a boy accidentally.
If that gun hadn't been handy, there would still be another person walking around on this earth and a lot of people whose lives would be intact. It really changed our lives forever, changed my father's life forever.
It's clear a gun can change a life, but it's not clear if changing gun laws will save a life. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Parminder Bunga.
In the last month, President Obama has signed 23 executive actions in regards to gun control.
The United States Postal Service lost almost $16 billion last year. The agency says that it's going to be making a major change this summer. Reporter Matt Dunbar has the story.
Beginning August 5th, the United States Postal Service says it plans to end a 150-year-old practice of delivering mail on Saturdays.
The new delivery schedule will result in about a $2 billion annual cost reduction, and it's an important part of our return to profitability and financial stability.
This is the latest in a recent series of reforms that the USPS has made to help cut costs. Last year, 28,000 employees were cut from the agency, as well as cutting hours and merging post offices.
We are obligated to make some tough choices and decisions, and we're committed to keep the cost of mail as affordable as possible.
BGSU Postal Manager Stephanie Sickler says the USPS has seen a shift in the use of first-class mail.
From 2010 to 2012, they've seen a 20% decline in the amount of paper mail.
People pay their bills online. It's simple, it's easy, it's free. You cannot beat free.
Yet the post office is providing a free service for the federal government. The USPS does not receive federal funding.
So they're forced to operate under a completely business model, make enough money to sustain themselves, but they can't make their own business decision without an act of Congress approving it.
But Congress has not approved it yet. Congress regulates the post office and meets this week to decide if Saturday delivery should continue. For BG24 News, I'm Matt Dunbar.
No matter what Congress decides, package delivery will continue 6 days a week. Coming up next.
Mountain Dew is coming out with a new beverage, but not the kind you may be thinking of.
And North Korea tested another nuclear bomb yesterday. Find out how the United Nations plans on dealing with the incident. Stay with us.
Now, Wood County's live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp Weather.
Good evening, Wood County. I'm your weathercaster, Heather Pauloff, here with your Black Swamp Weather forecast. Currently, we're sitting at about the mid-30s with mostly cloudy skies out there. It does feel like 28 degrees, but those west-southwest winds are coming at about 13 miles an hour, and it is keeping it relatively warmer than we have been. For tonight's forecast, we're going to drop down to the mid-20s with still partly cloudy skies. Winds will still be out of the west-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, with the humidity at 75%, so still keeping the temperatures relatively warm. For tomorrow's forecast, we're going to be going up to the mid to lower 40s, mostly sunny skies. Sunrise will be at 7:32 in the morning, and winds will still be out of the south-southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour. Those southerly winds are what is actually keeping it pretty warm for February. For tomorrow night's forecast, we'll be dipping down to just barely below 30 degrees, mostly clear skies. Winds still coming out of the south-southwest 5 to 10 miles per hour, with the humidity still staying relatively high at 77%. Taking a look at our national precipitation right now, we do have this storm system in Oklahoma actually has a winter weather advisory right now. This precipitation will be moving up toward the northeast, not really hitting Ohio very much, but it will be pushing the warm air in front of it northward, keeping us relatively warm for the next few days. And taking a look at our winds right now, lately we have been very windy. Yesterday the winds were about 20 miles per hour, but as you can see right here, it's not really too windy anymore. These winds are all coming out of the south, so they'll be keeping us warm. Like I said, ahead of that, the precipitation in the south right now. These winds will be blowing through tonight, keeping us warm, like I said, just for the next few days, but the winds will definitely not be as windy as it has been in the last couple days. And taking a look at our temperatures right now, Toledo and Bowling Green are sitting at about 35 degrees, but as I mentioned, this warm air right here is, out in front of that storm system. Those winds will be pushing this air upward, keeping us warm down by Columbus, south of Columbus. We're reaching 50 degrees, and I don't think we'll be hitting that. Taking a look at your 5-day forecast. For tomorrow, it'll be relatively warm, 42 degrees. Thursday, Valentine's Day, it'll be very nice, 45 degrees with the sun coming out. And Friday, dipping down back into the mid-30s. Saturday, just a few flurries, no precipitation that'll be accumulating or anything like that. And then Sunday, the sun will be coming out, but it will be getting colder, almost 30 degrees. So enjoy the warm weather while it's here, relatively warm anyway.
It's so funny that you say it's been warm, because with these winds, I would not have even known that the temperatures have been so high. It's Bowling Green wind for you, I guess.
I know, yeah, it definitely keeps it cold, but without that wind, it would have definitely probably been almost 50 degrees.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, praying for some dying down wind, especially for Valentine's Day.
Definitely for Valentine's Day.
Thanks, Heather. North Korea tested a nuclear bomb yesterday. The blast caused an artificial earthquake in the northern part of North Korea. CNN's Ed Payne has the details.
North Korea says it carried out a successful nuclear test today, its third. It says it was more powerful than earlier blasts, but the device was smaller in size and lighter. The U.S. Geological Survey did report a seismic event near the site of North Korea's 2 earlier tests. Today's had a magnitude of 5.1. South Korea estimated the blast was around 6 or 7 kilotons, more powerful than the earlier tests. North Korea recently warned it planned a new nuclear test and more long-range rocket launches. Experts say the timing is not an afterthought. It comes ahead of President Barack Obama's State of the Union address this evening, and just ahead of the birthday of former North Korean leader Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-il died in 2011 and was succeeded by his son, Kim Jong-un. International analyst Jim Walsh says this move was tactical.
The party was dead. It was dormant. No one, cared about it. Now they're trying to pump it up. But this is a military-first society. How do you balance all of that? I think, to me, that's the question going forward.
In a statement, President Obama called the test a highly provocative act that undermines regional stability and warrants swift and credible action by the international community. I'm Ed Payne reporting.
Pope Benedict announced that he will be resigning from his position on February 28th. The Pope says that the reason for his resignation is that he does not feel up to the challenge of guiding the world's more than 1 billion Catholics. Many speculate that the cardinals will choose a new pope with better management skills and a more personal touch to the position. Challenges such as a shifting demographic of church members and disagreements on the church's current stance on issues such as birth control are likely to play a big role in determining who should take the position as the new pope.
Mountain Dew for breakfast? That's right. PepsiCo announced that it is creating a breakfast version of the popular Mountain Dew drink. The drink is called Mountain Dew Kickstart and will be offered in orange citrus and fruit punch flavors. The drink contains 92 milligrams of caffeine per 16-ounce bottle. Mountain Dew Kickstart hits stores February 25th. And now Thomas James joins us for a first look at BG24 Sports. Thomas?
Thanks, Megan. The Falcon tennis team is on a roll as they picked up their 7th consecutive victory. Also, the hockey team went 1-1 against the Michigan State Spartans. I'll have all that and more details on BG24 Sports.
It's un-Falcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Welcome back to BG24 Sports. I'm Thomas James. Falcon tennis competed against the University of Cincinnati this past weekend. BG is keeping the ball rolling as they pick up their 7th consecutive win of the season. They are now 7-1 with their lone loss to the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. The Falcons are led by Nikki Cheryl-Costa and Emily Rulin. BG tennis will be back in action next weekend as they travel to Perrysburg for a tournament. Over to ice hockey. BGSU hosted Michigan State this past Saturday. Here's the Falcons down 1. Adam Burke passes it to DeSalvo. Over to Murphy. Murphy shoots it and ties it. 15 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first. Later, in the second period, still tied. The Falcons on a power play. Mark Cooper passes it to Ryan Carpenter, slaps it in, and gives BG the lead. On the defensive end, Tommy Burke in goal for Andrew Hammond. Here's on his many stops, one of his many stops of the game. Falcons go on to win 2-1. And here's Tommy Burke in his post-game interview.
I had a really good week of practice this week, I thought. I was really competing well, and I was seeing pucks really well, and I was working with Shane a lot, so that helped. And then this morning I felt good at pregame skate, and I don't know, I felt pretty good coming into the game. So I don't know, goals and games don't really rattle me at all, so I just kind of shake it off and just move on from there. And our guys played really well after that. We easily could have won 4 or 5-1, a couple pipes there, so.
BG will take the ice again as they travel to Ferris State for a 2-game away series. For the rest of Tommy Burke's interview, along with Coach Burgess, check out our YouTube channel. Now to women's hoop. The Falcons travel to Western Michigan on Sunday to take on the Broncos. A bucket from Western within 5 seconds to go put the Broncos on top as BG lost 55-54 in the nail-biter. The Falcons struggled from the field as they shot a mere 17.9% in the first half. BG was led by Deborah Hoekstra with 11 points. The Falcons will hit the road for their next matchup with Northern Illinois on Saturday. Over to some men's hoops. The Falcons traveled to Athens to take on Ohio University. BG fell into a hole early. And as the Bobcats went on a 11-0 run, the BG could not recover, and they lost 72-63. Senior Austin Calhoun led the Falcons with 19 points. BG will be back in action tomorrow night when they host Western Michigan. Tip-off is at 7, and you don't want to miss it. That's all for BG24 Sports. Please join us tomorrow night for the Sports Show, which will feature members of the women's soccer team. I'm Thomas James, and we'll be right back.
Actor and stand-up comedian Bo Burnham paid a visit to the Bowling Green Show Center this weekend. Bo headlined the annual event LOL with UAO. Members of UAO said it may just be their best event yet. Reporter Madeline Finning has more on the comedy event of the year.
This year's annual comedy event, LOL with UAO, brought Comedy Central and YouTube comedian Bo Burnham to Bowling Green.
It's really exciting. This is probably one of the biggest events we put on this year. It's really exciting to see all the excitement and buzz on campus.
Students are filing into the Stroh Center now for the Bo Burnham Show. Tickets were free and 3,500 were passed out, meaning this is going to be a packed house. Students were able to vote on a comedian for this year's event, selecting Bo as their #1 pick. But the free ticket price was what some students thought made their attendance possible.
I'm kind of a fan, but also that we were given a free ticket is kind of cool.
Bo is known for his unique style of comedy, combining traditional stand-up with music that critiques society's view on art, homophobia, and entertainment. While comical, Bo uses his show to communicate a message that he finds truly important.
I had this song like repeat stuff in the act, which is like truly about a thing that I just felt like I need to stick up for young girls that I feel like they're given magazines that make themselves feel like and they hate themselves, and the same people that own the magazines own the boys who sing the songs about how perfect they are.
Bo's visit to Bowling Green was the second stop on a tour to promote his new comedy show. But fans can expect to see Bo in different projects, including a new MTV series. While Bo might have other projects on the horizon, he explains that his shows, like performing at BGSU, are the best part of his job.
What I did tonight was certainly the best part of my job, like being able to go to the actual people and just get on stage with nothing and perform it and have them listen to it and have them react. And that's why I love the live performance so much.
Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Madeline Finning.
And that's all for BG24 News.
For the BG24 Tuesday show, I'm Megan Gallagher. Thanks for watching.